Hope you're having a good day wherever you are. And we're picking up another one of our mini messages. We're still in Genesis chapter 16. I'm still looking at verses 10 through 12. If you didn't watch yesterday's video, I really encourage you to go back and watch yesterday's video as we're talking about Ishmael. The Lord had appeared to Hagar. Hagar's pregnant with Abraham's child, as starts happening back up at the start of Genesis 16. I won't dive back into all that. You can go back and find those videos and on our YouTube and our Facebook page and be able to catch up on all that. But Christ has appeared to Hagar by this spring. She's run away from Sarah because of how she was being treated. And now God tells her to go back. That's a hard thing to say, but that's what he tells her. And he tells her that he's going to bless this child. He even tells her what to name him, Ishmael. So here he is, God speaking to this servant girl. And he says in verse 12, "This son of yours will be a wild man, as untamed as a wild donkey. He will raise his fist against everyone, and everyone will be against him. Yes, he will live in open hostility against all his relatives." As I mentioned yesterday, the Muslim people, they track their lineage back to Ishmael, whereas the Jews track their lineage back to Isaac. Now, this is where they really differ. This is where things really break apart. What Muhammad did was he took pretty much the first chapters of the book of Genesis and used them as part of his basis for the Muslim religion. Coming out of that, he split at Ishmael. See, for him, Ishmael is the son of promise. But as we know, for Abraham and for God, Isaac is the son of promise. Now, that doesn't mean that God did not see and understand the situation and did not provide for Hagar. See, Hagar was put in this awful position. Now, I do think she had some issues here herself with how she treated Sarah and some of the things that she did. But she did not deserve to be run out of this place, and Abraham should have taken care of her. But he didn't. So God steps in. Now, this leads us down the road of even the descendants of Ishmael and Isaac and us Christians are affected by what happened here. So you think your sin can't go a long way. You think your sin can't affect the world around you in a profound fashion, but it does. The sin of Abraham and Sarah here that gives us Ishmael, man, it's still affecting us today. The consequences of sin are so evident here. The hostilities that we find in the world around us between a great many people in the Muslim world, in the Jewish world, and the Christian world track back to this. Tracks back right here. Ishmael, the way he's described, flows down even through his descendants. It says there, he will raise his fist against everyone and everyone will be against him. And there is this tension in a lot of the world between Christianity, Judaism, and Islam. We know that for thousands of years, there's been this tension between the Muslim world and the Jewish world and the Christian world, and it's still happening today. And it's all flowing down from this sin. One of the things that gives me hope in the middle of this is that God didn't forget Hagar in her distress. As she was hurting, God didn't forget her. God didn't leave her alone. God wasn't done with her. God remembered her. And God will remember us too. We're in a moment of distress. We're not alone. God will provide. God will take care of us. Have a blessed day. We'll see you again soon.